I will now like to hand over the mic to State Representative Tom Murt, who would like to share a few words.
Thanks, Steph. Good afternoon. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for joining us in the fight against cancer. Before I just make a couple quick remarks, just want to remind you that my district office manager, Nancy Williams, is here today. She's in the shade. If you have any legislative or state-related issues that we can help you with, please don't hesitate to come over and talk to myself or talk to Nancy. Just a reminder while we're here today, we're here to save lives and to lead the fight for a world without cancer. How do we do that? We know what the key is to this. It's research. Since 1947, the American Cancer Society has raised almost $50 billion. That's billion with a B. And some of us who are a little bit older remember that not too long ago, if you had a diagnosis of cancer, whether it was skin cancer or lung cancer or what have you, it was a death sentence. That's not the case anymore. Through all the research that we have done and research that's been supported by the American Cancer Society, supporting research which is done at many of our colleges and universities across the country, people that have a diagnosis of cancer, if you're diagnosed soon enough, we have the technology now where you have better than a sporting chance, not just to wrestle cancer to a draw, but to beat cancer, to actually become cancer-free, or to have your cancer go into remission. All of us know somebody who has struggled with cancer. Both my parents died as a result of cancer. And many of us know people that are in recovery from cancer, who are cancer-free, who once had a diagnosis of cancer. But the most important thing that this event today gives is hope. Hope to people that are struggling with cancer, and that's especially true for children. It's heartbreaking sometimes when we see the kids that are struggling with a cancer diagnosis down at CHOP or some of the other hospitals in some of the great hospitals in our region that are struggling with leukemia or another form of cancer. I also want to just point out the great work that's done by the American Cancer Society. The American Cancer Society, and I spoke to one of the representatives this week, was telling me that until they beat cancer, that they'll be funding and conducting research, sharing expert information, supporting patients, supporting family, and spreading the word about prevention. Again, some of us are a little bit older. Remember when we used to go out into the sun with oil? No such thing as sunblock. We wouldn't dare do that, especially with our kids today. And that comes as a result of the research that's done by the American Cancer Society and some of the other scientific organizations that have done such great work. So what does this mean for us? Please become involved. Participate in fundraisers, make donations, tax-free donations when you can, and know that your money that's going towards research is the key towards beating cancer. It absolutely has had an impact, as we know. Those of us, I consider myself a little bit older, but those of us who have lived and have seen this transition where people are really much more knowledgeable about cancer than we have been in the past. And we've seen people beat cancer, become cancer-free, and of course go into remission.